During the pentagram rite, I saw 3 vertical black bars separated evenly, horizontally. The ones on each side were shorter than the one in the center. It kind of reminded me of the symbol of Uranus. During the vibrations, I saw a pink slice like fruit. Then I saw like neon lines around me. And there was neon patterns aside from that. It seemed like there was something like inside of me, but I could kind of see it. And then I saw like a crystal eye, and then another crystal eye. The crystal eye on the right was kind of green, and the one on the left was kind of red. I then saw a faint pink flat-topped mountain, but it kind of angled up towards the right. During the final reading, I heard strange munching, chirping sort of sounds. Could have been associated with the owl, may not have been. It is October Eve as I am recording this. I felt a cool flow down me, but without the analgesic flow, but I'm not in pain. So the final scrying and its more grounding experience of colors maybe didn't need that. Something that impresses me and makes this book relevant for this channel as much as anything else is all the footnotes that tie the philosophy and politics to religion, to mysticism, to philosophy as something other than just one person says something and another person says another thing. Now, I'm not saying that this book is religious, but like, for example, they are making the argument that you don't have to be at war with Islam or the general old systems of spiritual, of eternal values. And whether Osama bin Laden is real or fake, you know, I know there's like possibly 6 different people who played him at some point. I mean, at least the way some, the videos make it look. I think he was a real person. At least there was a real person that was part of it. But, it does create a dilemma. What happens when so-called modernity tries to repress that spiritual side of an individual? Well, that's one of your answers. That's one of the things that you get is people like that. And by modernity and liberalism being rejected, it's not the same thing as rejecting freedom. It's not the same thing as rejecting technology. Well, for some people it is. And when one person says, this is more important to me versus another thing, that doesn't mean you have to fight over the fact that he's like, oh, this. It's like, because if you allow everything, that's totally, as I, using my definition of, well, it's not my definition, I'm following other ones, but, the total to the right, anarchy. So if you're allowing everything, it's like, but then again, everything's going to be reacting against everything. And it's like, do we really need that conflict? This talks about how different revolutions and stuff that separated things from the USSR, how, like, Ukraine was already thought that, hey, Ukraine is set itself up to fail at some point. Now, was it known that Ukraine was going to basically have a coup and some other things? Probably there were indications that it was leading up towards neo-Nazism and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying Russia's all right with any of this either, because, like the hostage crisis that this book mentions, I don't know, going in and saying, oh, forget it all, just kill everybody, even the hostages. No, I don't think that's how government should deal with that. I don't know enough about that situation to make a better judgment about that, but, different civilizations per se can overlap and work together. There's certainly the American / Israeli Western European sense of imperative, and this sense of imperative is definitely one that everybody else has to respond to in one way or another. What groupings are going to have to form? How do we distinguish between the New World Order and the regular system? How can we have a new type of conservatism rather than just, okay, we're going to have secondhand opinions with everything? That's, not quite the approach. So how are we going to address that? And of course, there's the reference to the demon that comes in and tells you stuff to question, make you question your life.